Just dance, it's gonna be okay. Just do you, just dance.
The art of dancing is a wonderful way of expressing myself. Personally, I dance whenever I feel like it, and it helps me release my emotions in a healthy way. Writing is like dancing. It's a way of expressing feelings. There are many different types of dances. There are dances that make you jump up and down without following any certain steps and moves, and at the same time, there are dances that are developed through time and follow a pattern of steps, moves, and order. You may ask, what does that have to do with English 1101 IRE? Well, I would have the same question before taking English 1101, but not anymore. Writing is the dancing of the hand. Coming into this class, I didn't know what to expect from myself. I always have enjoyed writing, and my teachers in high school were always saying that I'm a natural, but things quite changed in college. It seemed that my writing was all over the place, and that my thoughts and points were thoughtfully thought out. My writing needed some improvement, and my expressions needed to get into an order. I started thinking of writing as dancing. During one of the first classes when my teacher was pointing out writing rules and steps we had to follow. I must admit, it was a Friday, and all I could think of was the dancing that I would do later on the same night. And that's when it all made sense. Writing is exactly like dancing, and writing is the dancing of the hand. I have to follow certain steps in order to make an appropriate dance, and I also have to follow the grammar rules in order to make a good paper. My first and second papers were based on a picture in an episode of a reality show, and they turned out really well. I chose to write about the pictures from Greece's Next Top Model and an episode from America's Next Top Model. Both those papers fit in well in the overall theme of my portfolio because they demonstrate a woman's self-improving. This is similar to formal or traditional dancing because it follows certain directions and steps suggested and shown, and this is how formal dancing is. I consider myself to be a really good writer when it comes to descriptions and making the reader enjoy my papers because they have a positive message and it's easy for my reader to understand and feel what I'm trying to tell. My accomplishment biography was my third paper for this class, and I must admit that I enjoyed making it the most. The reason about that is because I actually had a chance to tell the reader about myself and get to know me better. I believe that it was a good paper and video, and I tried making it even more interesting by adding music transitions, videos, and my voice as a narration. The third paper and video I made reminds me of a traditional Greek dance we have at home called zebekiko, where the dancers have to use their knowledge on what they know and put the steps in the dance and make it look nice. This is how I felt in the creation of that paper. I knew the steps, the directions, and the orders of the first two papers, and I used them in the creation of that third paper. It came out really good, and it felt great receiving a good grade after following the right instructions given by the teacher. The rest of this portfolio includes a peer review made by me in order to help my fellow classmates in the paper. I tried to use the steps I knew so far in order to teach them how to dance as well. In my self-revision paper, the reader will get the chance to look back to where I was and see how I improved my dancing skills throughout these past 4 months. And believe me, it's impressive. It is commonly known that practice makes perfect, and this is how I felt getting closer to the end of this class. It is normal to make mistakes, but it's important to learn from them. This is how I feel every time I look back at my graded papers. I try to avoid making the same mistakes again, such as giving credit to the song singers. I promise I won't forget it in this reflective essay. Writing and dancing are two of my favorite things to do. I use writing and dancing in order to express myself. Whether I'm happy or sad, angry or calm, I enjoy releasing my feelings and emotions by these two actions mentioned above. I am a very outgoing person, and it's just not like me to keep my feelings inside. Each part of this portfolio contributes to my general theme I chose. Throughout the semester, I learned how to be a better writer. Every time I learn a new dance move, I want to use that move in different dances as well. This is exactly how I feel after taking the course of English 1101. I learned many new steps and moves in order to improve my writing skills, and now that the semester is almost over, I can proudly say that I have developed my own style of writing as dancing as a whole.